Hello, and of our Lives channel. Today we will learn about the intense drama unfolding on Friday, September 26th, as Salem plunges into darkness and our beloved characters face unexpected challenges that will test their courage, relationships, and deepest fears. The Salem blackout crisis intensifies. The citywide power outage that has crippled Salem continues to wreak havoc across every corner of the town, creating an atmosphere of uncertainty and vulnerability that serves as the perfect backdrop for romance, terror, and shocking revelations. E.J. DiMera's ambitious electrical modifications at his new medical clinic have inadvertently triggered this widespread blackout, leaving residents trapped in elevators, offices, and their own homes as darkness envelopes the usually vibrant community. The timing couldn't be more precarious, as this technological disaster coincides with several brewing conflicts and romantic tensions that are about to reach their boiling points. The blackout has created an almost apocalyptic atmosphere throughout Salem, transforming familiar locations into mysterious, shadowy environments where danger lurks around every corner and intimate moments can flourish unexpectedly. Emergency services are stretched thin, communication systems are failing intermittently, and the psychological impact of prolonged darkness is beginning to affect even the most resilient residents, setting the stage for dramatic confrontations and passionate reconciliations that will reshape multiple storylines. Alex Kyriakis becomes Salem's unlikely hero. In the midst of this chaos, Alex Kyriakis emerges as an unexpected beacon of hope and entertainment, demonstrating remarkable resourcefulness and leadership qualities that surprise even those who know him best. When he discovers Chanel Dupree DiMera and Felicity Green struggling to maintain their spirits during the prolonged blackout at the Brady pub, Alex springs into action with an impressive array of illumination devices and party supplies that transform their gloomy predicament into an impromptu celebration of resilience and community spirit. Alex's rescue mission involves more than just providing basic lighting solutions. He arrives equipped with an extensive collection of glow sticks, light-up glasses, LED jewelry, and even battery-powered disco balls that he had apparently been saving for a special occasion. His theatrical presentation of these items, complete with dramatic flourishes and comedic commentary, not only lifts the spirits of Chanel and Felicity, but also attracts other stranded pub patrons who join in the spontaneous light show. The scene becomes a testament to Alex's ability to find joy and create connections even in the darkest moments, showcasing a depth of character that goes far beyond his typical playboy persona and revealing his genuine desire to bring happiness to those around him. Stephanie's terrifying stalker encounter. Meanwhile, Stephanie Johnson finds herself at the center of a chilling and potentially dangerous situation that threatens to shatter her sense of security and peace of mind. Following her virtual Q&A session where she promoted her provocative novel One Stormy Night under the pseudonym Anastasia Sands, Stephanie decides to take an evening stroll through Salem's town square, unaware that a mysterious figure has been tracking her movements with disturbing precision and apparent romantic obsession. The stalker, shrouded in darkness and carrying a carefully arranged bouquet of flowers that suggests premeditation and intimate knowledge of Stephanie's preferences, maintains a calculated distance while following her every step through the eerily quiet streets. The flowers themselves appear to be an expensive arrangement of white roses and baby's breath, traditionally associated with new beginnings and pure intentions. But their presentation in this context carries sinister undertones that leave Stephanie feeling deeply unsettled and vulnerable. The incident occurs just as streetlights begin flickering sporadically due to the ongoing power crisis, creating an atmosphere of heightened tension where every shadow could conceal a threat. This stalking incident may be directly connected to Jeremy Horton's recent return to Salem, suggesting that Stephanie's past relationships continue to haunt her present life in increasingly dangerous ways. The timing of Jeremy's reappearance, coinciding with Stephanie's growing public profile through her literary alter ego, creates multiple layers of potential motivation for the stalker's behavior, ranging from romantic obsession to professional jealousy, or even more disturbing psychological fixations that could escalate into serious physical danger. Xander and Sarah's passionate reconciliation. In stark contrast to Stephanie's terrifying experience, Xander Kyriakis and Sarah Horton find themselves embracing a moment of profound emotional healing and physical passion that has been building through weeks of separation, therapy, and mutual forgiveness. The darkness that engulfs Salem creates an intimate sanctuary within their shared space, allowing them to focus entirely on each other without the distractions and judgments of the outside world that have previously complicated their relationship journey. Sarah's decision to forgive Xander for his violent confrontation with Philip Kyriakis represents a significant breakthrough in their marriage counseling process, demonstrating her growing understanding of Xander's psychological struggles and her commitment to supporting his genuine efforts at personal transformation. The couple's passionate kiss, occurring in the romantic ambience of their darkened bedroom illuminated only by emergency candles, symbolizes not just physical desire but also the rekindling of their emotional and spiritual connection that seemed irreparably damaged just weeks earlier. This reconciliation moment carries profound significance for their future as a family, particularly regarding their custody arrangements and co-parenting decisions that have created ongoing tension and legal complications. Xander's willingness to attend couples therapy and demonstrate genuine compromise in their relationship dynamics suggests a level of personal growth that may finally convince Sarah that their marriage has a sustainable future built on mutual respect, honest communication, and shared responsibility for their daughter Victoria's well-being. Office tensions and hidden agendas. At the Titan DiMera corporate offices, a different kind of drama unfolds as Gabby Hernandez finds herself trapped in an increasingly precarious situation with Brady Black and Philip Kyriakis, where her carefully constructed deceptions about the planted surveillance equipment threaten to unravel under the pressure of prolonged proximity and casual conversation. The blackout has essentially turned their workplace into an inescapable interrogation chamber where every casual comment and nervous gesture could potentially expose her clandestine activities and sabotage operations. Gabby's challenge extends beyond simply maintaining her innocence regarding the electronic surveillance device. She must also navigate the complex interpersonal dynamics between Brady and Philip, both of whom have their own suspicions and hidden agendas that could inadvertently expose her involvement in corporate espionage. The confined space and extended duration of their forced cohabitation creates multiple opportunities for slip-ups, misstatements, and revealing body language that could provide Brady and Philip with the evidence they need to confirm their growing suspicions about internal security breaches. The psychological pressure of maintaining multiple deceptions while appearing natural and trustworthy becomes increasingly difficult as the hours pass and casual conversation inevitably turns toward recent corporate security concerns and mysterious technical difficulties that have plagued both companies. Gabby's ability to deflect suspicion while appearing genuinely surprised and concerned about these developments will determine whether she can continue her covert operations or faces immediate exposure and potentially serious legal consequences that could destroy her career and personal relationships. The Q&A session and literary intrigue. Earlier in the evening, before her terrifying stalker encounter, Stephanie successfully conducts her virtual Q&A session promoting One Stormy Night under her literary pseudonym Anastasia Sands, fielding questions from eager readers who are fascinated by the novel's provocative themes and mysterious author identity. The session attracts particular attention from Maggie Kyriakis and Bonnie Kyriakis, both of whom seem unusually invested in the book's content and may have developed suspicions about the true identity of the enigmatic author behind the scandalous storyline. The interactive session reveals intriguing details about the novel's plot, which apparently contains thinly veiled references to actual Salem residents and their romantic entanglements, creating potential legal and personal complications for Stephanie as readers begin connecting fictional characters to real people. The Q&A format allows fans to probe deeper into the story's inspiration and background, leading to increasingly specific questions that force Stephanie to improvise answers while carefully avoiding any revelations that might compromise her secret identity or implicate real individuals in the book's more controversial scenes. As the evening progresses and technical difficulties from the blackout begin affecting the virtual session, Stephanie must adapt quickly to maintain audience engagement while dealing with intermittent connectivity issues and audio problems that threaten to derail her carefully planned promotional strategy. The combination of technological challenges and probing audience questions creates a perfect storm of stress that may have contributed to her distracted state of mind when she later encounters her mysterious stalker in the town square. This Friday's episode promises to deliver edge-of-your-seat suspense, heartwarming romance, and shocking revelations that will leave Days of Our Lives fans eagerly anticipating next week's developments as Salem's blackout crisis continues to create opportunities for both love and danger in equal measure. Thursday, September 25th, 2025. Today on Days of Our Lives, Sophia plots against Holly and Johnny, EJ and Gwen's plan moves forward, and Salem is plunged into unexpected chaos as the city loses power. A tender moment for Xander and Sarah. The episode opens in the most unexpected of ways. Not with scandal, betrayal, or backstabbing, but with laughter and warmth. Xander, a man whose life has been littered with violence, schemes, and regrets, is now on his bed, playing joyfully with little Victoria. It is a rare glimpse of peace for him, a reminder that beneath the rough exterior and criminal past beats the heart of a man who desperately wants to be a good father. Sarah, watching from the doorway, is filled with delight at the scene before her. For once, their small family is back together under one roof. The old apartment, filled with memories both bitter and sweet, has once again become their home. Sarah, who once doubted Xander's ability to change, cannot deny the progress he has made. Even his mistakes seem less important in this moment, as father and daughter play together like a perfect picture of domestic happiness. Victoria eventually climbs down to the floor, continuing her games as Sarah and Xander settle into a conversation. The topic, however, takes a heavier turn when Sarah gently raises the idea of couples therapy. She wants them to build something stronger, something lasting, a foundation free from the secrets and lies that nearly destroyed them in the past. But Xander bristles at the suggestion. Therapy? He hates the idea. In his mind, they are doing just fine. Why dredge up old wounds when the present is good? His words come quickly, almost defensively, but his eyes betray him. He cannot look directly at Sarah. He knows she hasn't forgotten the darkest cloud that hung over their relationship, her belief that he was responsible for Philip's suffering. He assures her that obstacle is gone, but the unease in his voice tells a different story. Farewell to Doug, a Salem legend. Beyond the family drama, Salem also mourns today. Beyond the Gates makes its emotional farewell to Doug, whose gambling addiction has finally proven fatal. Once a pillar of strength, a voice of wisdom, and a man who carried the Horton family name with pride, Doug's downfall is a painful reminder of how even the strongest can be broken by hidden demons. The news spreads through town, touching every corner of Salem. Characters reflect on his legacy, his kindness, and the hole his absence will leave. For some, his death is a warning about the consequences of unchecked vices. For others, it is simply a heartbreaking goodbye to a man who embodied resilience for so many years. Sophia's cruel determination. Meanwhile, Salem's stormiest troublemaker of the moment, Sophia, is scheming again. Lurking in the town square, she spots Johnny carrying an unassembled crib. Her eyes narrow with suspicion. The sight of him preparing for fatherhood sets her on edge. When Johnny pauses, she seizes the opportunity to interrogate him. With icy sarcasm, she demands to know where he is going with a crib in tow. Johnny, clearly uncomfortable, admits that he and Holly are adopting. The words hang in the air, daring Sophia to strike. And strike she does. Her tone drips with disdain as she reminds Johnny of his sudden change of heart. Not long ago, he doubted his ability to be a father, so why now, so quickly, this commitment? Johnny tries to explain, fumbling through half-finished sentences and clumsy attempts to justify himself. But the more he talks, the more evident it becomes. He isn't prepared for this confrontation. Unable to withstand her piercing glare, he abandons the conversation and walks away. Yet Sophia is far from finished. With Johnny gone, she pulls out her laptop at the cafe table, her fingers flying across the keyboard. The venom in her heart spills onto the screen as she drafts a formal letter to Child Services. Masquerading as Tesoro's mother, she lodges her most strenuous objections to the adoption. Every word is carefully crafted to sabotage Johnny and Holly's chances of building a family. When Johnny later returns to the square, Sophia doesn't even bother to hide her contempt. She continues typing, glaring at him the entire time, as though daring him to realize just how deep her hatred goes. Salem may be filled with villains and schemers, but Sophia's brand of cruelty is personal, sharp, and relentless. EJ and Gwen, a dangerous alliance. As Sophia plots in plain sight, another scheme brews in the shadows. EJ and Gwen's plan is inching forward, step by step. Details remain guarded, but their alliance is proving more dangerous by the day. EJ, ever the DiMera strategist, has found in Gwen an unlikely but willing accomplice. She thrives on the chaos, and together they are building a plan that could shift power in Salem yet again. While the exact nature of their moves remains under wraps, one thing is clear. When EJ and Gwen work together, no one is safe. Their partnership is a ticking time bomb, waiting to explode. Darkness falls on Salem. Just when the town thinks it has weathered enough drama, chaos strikes in a far more literal way. Without warning, the city is plunged into darkness as the power grid fails. Lights flicker and die. The hum of daily life screeches to a halt. In homes, businesses, and even at the hospital, panic ripples through Salem as the blackout disrupts everything. The timing could not be more ominous. Secrets are being plotted, schemes are unfolding, and now, under cover of darkness, the perfect conditions for danger have arrived. Who will use the blackout to their advantage? Who will be left vulnerable in the shadows? And is this collapse of power merely an accident, or yet another move in Salem's never-ending game of deceit and manipulation? Thursday's episode of Days of Our Lives delivered a tapestry of drama that spanned the full spectrum of human emotion. From Xander's tender moment of fatherhood to Sarah's push for honesty, from the town's collective grief for Doug to Sophia's vicious attempt to destroy Johnny and Holly's dreams, and finally to the chilling blackout, Salem once again reminded viewers why its stories endure.